he hopes, on a journey towards the world title. Time will tell on that one. He certainly looked devastating against Audley Harrison. I wonder what he's got in store for us tonight. That first round knockout, gambling price incidentally, it's a 4-to-1 shot. And if he detonates that big right hand, well, you never know. Commonwealth belts and, of course, the famous Lonsdale belt. They're up for grabs tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance here at ringside. And at this time, a very warm welcome to you, the viewers, joining us at home for the best seat in the house. We're on Box Nation, the UK's home of boxing, across Europe on Eurosport. And a very warm welcome to our American viewers across the USA on Wealth TV. Frank Maloney is very proud to bring you 12 rounds of boxing to decide the heavyweight championship of Great Britain and the Commonwealth. In association with our sponsors, Southwark Metals, the UK's #1 for scrap metal recycling, Westminster Waste, Lonsdale, Loaded Magazine, and the All-Inclusive Club. All our officials ringside appointed by the Commonwealth Council and the British Boxing Board of Control. Official in charge is Mr. Jeff Bolter. Our inspectors, Barry Coulson, Dave Bolter, Richard Thomas and Ron Warburton. Our three scoring judges at ringside are from Fleetwood, Mr. Steve Gray, from Wellingborough, Mr. John Keane, and from Leeds, Mr. Dave Paris. The timekeeper at the bell from Warrington is Mr. Andrew East, and when the bell rings, the referee in charge, A-star referee from All Hallows, Kent, Mr. Richie Davies. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance here at ringside, the officials are ready. The boxers are ready. Are you ready for the main event? Introducing, in the blue corner, the challenger, wearing black with gold, official weight 17 stone 3 pounds, bringing to the ring a 34 fight record, 28 wins, 23 wins inside the scheduled distance, only 6 defeats. He is a former undefeated heavyweight champion of Great Britain, Europe and the Commonwealth, and world title challenger. From Bedford, please welcome Matt Skelton. And across the ring stands the champion. He's boxing out of the red corner, wearing white shorts with red and gold trim. Official weight 17 stone 12 pounds. Bringing to the ring a perfect professional record. 14 wins from 14 contests. 12 wins inside the distance. Tonight, he makes the second defence of his title, the reigning heavyweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth. From Liverpool, the undefeated David Price. Referee, Mr. Richie Davies.
David, Matt. Okay, fellas, you've both had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you. Behave yourself, do as you're told, and above all, defend yourselves at all times. God bless you both.
Well, Price can be a devastating puncher. We've seen that. The big right hand, that's the danger shot, Paul. And the question is, can Matt Skelton stay away from it and somehow get in range and put Price under some sort of pressure?
You're right, John. And for me, that's the question that any fighter getting in the ring with David Price is going to ask himself, you know, from the very bottom right to the very top. But I think this is all Matt Skelton's going to do, just try and maraud Price as much as he can.
Well, he landed a decent left hand there in the first 15 seconds of the fight.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying that they fancy it to be over within 3 or 4 rounds. I personally think David wouldn't mind getting a few rounds in tonight and showing that he can box.
Well, what you do know is that Skelton's going to keep marauding forward, a bit of use of the head in there, and again, and he's right into Price's chest, which is where he needs to be, and he started brightly, Skelton.
And that head's going in straight away. Richie Davis straight onto it and mauling him.
Well, he keeps coming forward, chugging forward, Skelton, and he's landed a couple of solid-looking blows in this opening round. He's got those 23 knockout wins and his 28 victories. He's a heavy-handed fighter himself.
Some of the Price's stature and size as well will be not new to Matt Skelton. All them years in K1 fighting huge men, and he's certainly fought them in the amateurs and in the pros himself, you know what I mean? He's not going to be fazed by Price's size and height and stature. Oh,
that's a good shot. Skelton takes it well. A little taster of what might be to come, and he's starting to tee off. Right hand from Skelton got through. Question nagging doubt about Price is how he's going to react when he gets put under pressure. Skelton says that he saw John McDermott have his moments before he knocked out, and of course everybody remembers back to the Olympics and that defeat against the Italian Roberto Camerelli.
I agree in a way, John, but what you've got to remember is the Olympics was a long time ago now. David Price has had top-class quality sparring all around the world, and his fights that he's had as well has just added to the pedigree that he's already got. He's a different fighter from then. And I think, you know, we're going to see whether he handles this pressure or not, because Skelton won't stand off like this all night. He's going to come forward, he's going to maraud like he did for the first 30 seconds, and he's going to make it an interesting fight.
Well, Price so far hasn't been able to find the real bomb that he wants. Under one sharp right hand in this round. Skelton up on his toes, and certainly hasn't been, I think, fazed by the occasion as Audley Harrison was. Well, it's been an interesting opening round, that, Paul.
Yep, it was. Skelton coming out nice and lively. Price sort of taking over towards the end and getting his shots off nice. A lovely right hand, which Skelton got caught with and took it well.
Start using the jab as a feint.
There's that sharp right hand. That was probably his best punch of the round.
That's David Price's money shot. That's his honey punch. You know, that's his jab, feint the left hook, right hand, right through the middle. It's the first shot that started the Audley Harrison stoppage off. He's knocked that many kids out with it. He throws it so well.
Use the jab to set everything up, okay? And it'll come. Look to the left hook as well. All right, but you've got to be close. So you're using the jab to get there. Okay, nice touch, feint him. If he comes and he goes low, counter him with the right hand over the top. It's only a matter of time.
Good advice from Fanny Smith. You know, you throw a big jab at someone like Matt Skelton, he's going to slip it, he's going to block it, he's going to take it on the chin and just maraud through it, and then he's there where he wants to be, on your chest, plugging away.
So into the second 12 round of this, and Skelton starting as he did in the first round, quick, and the head's going in again. He's really trying to turn this one into a brawl, trying to make it into a bit more of a street fight than sometimes Price gets. And Richie Davis is saying, right, I've spoken to you twice, I'm having no more.
Matt Skelton's an honest fighter. He's not going to want to stand off David Price all night and let David try and tee off. He's got to get to Price's chest and make it as hard a night as he can for Price.
Right over the top again from Skelton, did find the target. Couldn't land flush, but he got in there. Skelton never looks pretty, but he's been pretty effective over the years.
He fights his way, doesn't he, John, and that's it, you know, and he'll grind out any victory that he can and won't care whether it looks bad or good or not.
Price not been able to perhaps establish his jab as he would have wanted to so far.
They were talking about that in the corner with Franny Smith then, you know, about the jab. Use the jab as a feint as well.
Caught him on the way in with a nice sweet uppercut, but Skelton took it well and kept coming. Left hand from Price. Draw a little bit of a smile from Matt Skelton. That right hand doesn't cause a smile. Skelton takes it. And a bit of showboating as well, as much as to say, well, he's landed his best and I can take it, I'm still here.
He looked at first, but then as soon as his legs landed, he was solid, he seemed okay. Tough man, John.
The Bedford Bear. Well, that right hand which he landed on Skelton, a fair few fighters have been put away with that shot. Good body shots from Price, forcing Skelton to dip low and try and cover up. And there were body shots that did it, and the towels come in. The towel's been thrown in by the Skelton corner. Referee isn't aware of that. And the Skelton corner have stepped into the ring. It's all over in the second round, and body shots took the big man apart, and the unbeaten record goes on. Matt Skelton had his moments, but Price just had greater power, greater accuracy, and when he tees off, he takes some stopping.
Very much so, John. Just pure power and brute strength, and the shots he's throwing. You know, Matt Skelton's one tough man. I've seen him box all through his career, and he's one tough, rugged man. You know, the Bedford Bear, the Bear suits him, the nickname, the way he fights and how tough he is, and Price just kept pounding away, and he crumbled. Skelton crumbled in the end, and that's not disrespecting him. That's how strong and how heavy-handed David Price is.
It was a left hook, I think, which started the disintegration. He landed an absolute superb shot underneath the elbow, the left hook, and from then on, he was there you go, that's the shot, and from then on, he's wanting to cover up.
Yeah, you could see he was hurting. David's going to the head to try and open that gap up again for another left hook, and then when the gap's there, he let it go. Clever finish from David Price, just concentrating on the head because he knew he hit him to the body. As soon as the gap comes, there it is, and right round again, and that's what put him over in the end, and then the towel came in from the corner.
Well, Tyson Fury's got action tomorrow, and Tyson Fury's fans will have their idea of what would happen if they ever met, but certainly David Price has done nothing here to lessen the feeling amongst his fans that he'd have a great chance in that fight if it ever came off. That was good, again. Getting the congratulations of Franny Smith in that corner, who's done a good job with David. Keeps bringing him along, and he's passing every test that's being asked of him with flying colours. And in all honesty, Skelton started well, I suppose, in the first 30 seconds, but once Price found his range, different class.
Yeah, he was, and that is the class he's got. It was a good finish. As soon as he caught him and hit him with the body shot, he went in for the kill. He's a top finisher, and he proved that tonight. You know, there was one or two rough moments where the head's going in, and you know, marauding style of Skelton coming forward, and David dealt with that well. It was going to be a physically demanding fight for as long as it lasted, and that was more physical work than Price has probably done in his last 3 or 4 fights tonight, and it'll stand him in good stead, even though it only was 2 rounds.
It was big headshots that accounted for Audley Harrison, huge body shots for David Price, and the words of our Master of Ceremonies, Craig Stevens, will sound very sweet for the big fella.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we declare the result of this evening, please pay tribute to 2 warriors of the boxing ring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our timekeeper, Mr. Andrew East, records an official time of 2 minutes and 56 seconds into round number 2. Referee Richie Davies reaches the count of 10. The winner by count out, and still heavyweight champion of Great Britain and the Commonwealth, from Liverpool, David Price.
certainly believe in David Price up here on Merseyside. The rest of the country watching on. I think the feeling is just starting to grow that this fella is the genuine article. I certainly think that there is a chance that he could go the whole way.
I've said for a long time, and what I loved about him was he was interviewed about 10 months ago when Klitschko was fighting over in Germany, and he said himself, I'm 18 months away yet. Those 18 months, you're talking the end of next year, and I think he's bubbling very nicely. I think one or two more competitive domestic fights, your Derek Chisoras, you know, another kid out of that top 10 who's not Tyson Fury yet. Go for your world title, and then what a fight Tyson Fury will be for the British public. It's not, at this stage, there's better fights that Tyson Fury would rather have, as in Vitaly Vladimir Klitschko. And I'm sure David would like to get to the Klitschko's first before fighting Tyson Fury. David feels he's got nothing to prove by beating Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury would rather have a world title first and then make a mega fight in Britain, which that fight for me is brewing up massively. I think you're talking at the end of next year, football stadiums for that fight.
Well, we'll see. Time will tell. Let's just hope that that's one of the big naturals that does happen. I'll try and get a word with David in just a minute or two.
Thank you very much indeed, John. So the British and Commonwealth belts safely round those massive shoulders of David Price. Just a Liverpool plumber. That's what he was called, wasn't he? By Tyson Fury. Not bad work for a plumber, by the way. No overtime needed on that particular occasion. And it was quick. It was within those 6 rounds, as you thought. But, you know, I can remember when I interviewed him before the Audley Harrison fight, and the spiteful way that he hits these days, they hurt, those punches. They do hurt. They're big shots.
And he talks of a few days before the fight having the 10-ounce gloves on, and that's when he knows he's ready. But he's getting above domestic stage now. I think he's going to fight an American next. There's a lot of talk that he could be fighting Tony Thompson, a double world title challenger, in February. You know, of the domestic fight who's available right now, there is nobody who, you know, if Derek Chisora gets his licence back, that is a fight they could make, I suppose.
OK, we'll get Bunce's view in just a moment. Let's go back to ringside. And I thought not quite ready. I don't think David Price and John Rawling, so we can get your view.
Yeah, well, Steve's absolutely right. Tony Thompson next in America, perfectly good. He's only got 3 losses, only 2 that matter, both against Klitschko, because the 2 or 3 leading Europeans, Robert Helenius, he's #1 WBO, Kubrat Pulev's #1 IBF, so why should they surrender a position? They'll fight Klitschko in theory. David goes to Thompson, then we have something big in the summer, and it's without a doubt signed and sealed with either Vitaly or Fury next November. OK,
thank you, Steve. We can now go and hear from the fellow who's still unbeaten. He is still the British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. He's with John Rawling. It's David Price.
David, congratulations. Still got the belts, the Lonsdale belt there and the Commonwealth belt. Give us your impressions of that.
Matt just put it on me straight away. We weren't expecting him to run right across the ring and do that. I thought, you know, he'd ease into a little bit more, so he took me by surprise, even though we know what he's about. And a bit scrappy at times, but that's what happens when you fight Matt Skelton. But no one's done that to him, so, you know, I've made a bit of a statement, I think, by taking him out in less than 2 rounds, and, you know, no one's really done that number on him yet. He did make things a bit awkward for me at times, but to be honest, this fight, it has been difficult to get up for me. You know, it was a massive eye off the last fight. I had to get straight back in the gym and get motivated for this fight, and it was only until this week I really started feeling excited about the fight. So, you know, I've done a professional job, I think.
Tremendous body shots that took him out.
Yeah, well, it's something that we work on all the time, but don't really get that much of an opportunity to throw them, because usually if I land a big shot on the head, they're going to go. And I caught Matt with a couple of shots where I thought, you know, might have hurt him a little bit, but he's a tough man, he's got a tough head. So I thought I'll see what happens downstairs, and I caught him with a left hook on the way in, I think, and that was the beginning of the end for him.
Now, we don't seem to be able to have a conversation with you and talk to you about boxing, of course, without naming the other big guy who's doing pretty well in British boxing at the moment as well, Tyson Fury. He's in action tomorrow. Are you going to be watching that?
I'm not going to be watching it, but I've got something on tomorrow, but I will record it and watch it, of course, yeah. I mean, I'm interested in all the heavyweights in the division, not just Tyson Fury. I'll be watching anyone who is a possible opponent. I'll be watching and, you know, having a look.
I guess another person out there who'll be watching this and thinking he wouldn't mind a go at you would be Derek Chisora. The new year, I guess there's going to be a fight coming up for David before too long, Frank Maloney. When's he next When's he next going to be in the ring?
Well, we're going to name an American opponent, a top American opponent, within the next 24 hours. He'll be out February, and then we'd look to do a nice fight with either Chisora or Tyson Fury. You know we made Tyson Fury an offer last time that we had no response to. If Tyson really wants it, we're quite happy on Monday morning to lodge £650,000 into an escrow account, which is 150 more than we offered him last time, and it will be put into escrow. If he wants to make the fight, just come to the table and let's sit down and make it for May, June time. We want it, the British public want it, and the world want to see it. So, and you won't earn that money for fighting Klitschko, let's be honest. You get $500,000 and half of your TV rights if you fight the Klitschkos.
Let's leave the final word for David Price then. Tyson's had a few interesting things to say about you and about what he's going to do to you. Have you got a message to him?
No, just keep talking, just keep doing what you're doing, because we're all having a good laugh at you when you're doing it. So keep doing it, and you know it's going to make for a massive event when we fight. And I'll just keep doing me talking in the ring. Tyson keeps doing talking at press conferences or into camera phones and putting them on YouTube and things like that. But do you know what? As far as I'm concerned, he's getting serious about it and all that. But this is nothing but good fun for me, because we're having a good laugh, and I'm so lucky to have Tyson Fury around at this stage in my career, and he's lucky to have me as long as the fight can happen. You know, we all need a nemesis in boxing. We're each other's rival, you know, massive rivalry. Sell a stadium out, you know, we're young men. Let's make the fight happen and make some money. And, you know, the best man will win, which will be me, of course.
That's for the future. Yeah. Congratulations for now. Well done, David.
Thanks, John.